get ready, take whatever you want. If you want a couple beers, take a couple beers.
Come again. How much that thing that you prepare for us?
Oh, I don't know how much. We had a budget, what?
That is why.
Compared to the Thunder Road, 65. You budget 65 in Thunder Road. Remember Kuya Tad, to lechon in Thunder Road?
Yeah.
When you turn 65 down.
It was $1,000. I gave him $1,000.
Oh my God.
For all the beer we could drink. 2 lechones.
I remember that.
Kenny Lau.
Yeah.
And just when you come in.
You love eating kinilaw.
Oh yeah.
My God.
But
No,
just.
they just live.
I had beer sitting all over the place in coolers. 8 o'clock in the morning, they iced the beer down.
You can
Didn't get there till like 3. And they had.
Am I disturbing you to say hello?
No, hello.
This is a
Feliz Navidad.
Merry Christmas.
Feliz Navidad.
Mike, and then say hello to especially to Team Asay. Hi there, Team Asay. And I am live right now, and this is the only.
That's what's left.
My God.
And we're still looking for people to eat.
My God.
The only one not having fun at the party.
He looks dumb.
Yeah. He's had his share.
Yeah, I got my share also.
Oh yeah, that's good.
They say they feed a pig a bunch of beer the day before they butcher it. And they say that's the best beer or best pork. I've never done it.
I'm German.
Yeah.
And in Germany, they say we eat everything but the orange.
Yep.
Oh,
In Mexico, it's the same.
but you are living in the U.S.
Yes.
Where particularly the state of in America?
I live in Missouri.
Oh,
Got along
I see.
So good.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
My grandpa was German too.
Nahatag ng
Yeah.
sundan
And,
general.
You know, but they never did really
Ang sundam.
do a lot of German cooking. And I had a really good friend in Green Bay, and his father and mom were German, but they had a relative that lived like 4 houses away. They used to bring this big pot of cabbage, boiled cabbage, and big chunks of pork and everything. Bring it what else? Oh my goodness, dude, that was so good.
Cooked, not raw.
Oh, this was like the meat was like the big, thick ham hocks.
But I
it was
mean,
like they smoked it or
the cabbage
something,
was
and
cooked.
Yeah, they threw
Yeah,
the cabbage
I
in
thought
there and
you
they
said
boiled it.
raw cabbage.
Oh, okay. It is
I
also
like raw
pork.
cabbage too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have you excited less than a week?
Sour
You've been again. You are in America.
Oh no, I haven't.
Our own sausages.
I haven't been in America
What's that, a
for
whole big bottle of
quite a
caraway
time.
seasoning and
Okay.
all that?
But
I mean,
we're going back.
Oh yeah. You're going back less than a week from now.
No. We're not going till
Every
2024.
year they would butcher.
Ah, 24. Okay.
Yeah, 2024. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they'd butcher it.
All right.
Make
Thank you so much. Thank you so
Oh
much.
no, you're welcome.
And
You drink the rum, then the new fruit goes in, the new rum goes in, and so you drink this all year long. This is rum tough. At the end of the year, when there's no more fruit, it's wintertime, you eat the fruit. Of course, it's been soaking in rum for like
Oh, see.
8 months.
Oh.
You eat a couple of prunes and a peach, and you're peached.
But that is fresh.
Huh?
Even fresh, you can also drink.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Yes.
it's been marinated.
Yeah, it's been marinated for a long time.
Ah, I see.
We
Mexico, they make similar that they call it ponche.
Yeah.
And fruits and booze and stuff and cook it up and then you go by it with your cup and scoop out of it.
Yeah. Oh my.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Green
Then
Bay,
then you just fall down. You're happy then. Now you want to swing.
Yeah. I am also looking forward that
Princess said.
your trees here will having a swing also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
in Green Bay, when it's fall time, a lot of people go to a lot of the bars and restaurants along the shore of Lake Michigan, and they go to them. And Fridays are known for like Fish Fry Friday, you know, and they go to the bars on the lakes, and they got this big huge kettle on this like a big huge bonfire kind of thing, and it's just sitting there and it's just boiling. It's a lot of fish. They just throw a bunch of fish in the kettle and other kind of seasoning. Well, they take diesel fuel and they pour it on top. You know, diesel fuel is not going to mix with the water or the soup. it just sits on the top. And then if you know about fuel, diesel fuel's got a high flash point. So it just sits there, and when the fish is boiling, and it's really boiling a long time, fish doesn't have to boil for a long time to cook. So when the fish boils a long time, and then it finally boils over the kettle, it hits that fire, and it hits, because it's boiling, the diesel's boiling, so it's at its flash point. And when it hits the fire, whoosh!
Oh my!
Dude, the whole thing just goes, all the diesel on top burns, and it goes whoosh!
Oh!
Big, huge flame.
Oh my!
And then when that happens, it's done.
It's done to eat,
When all the
ready.
diesel's burned off
Yeah.
it, then it's done, and everybody gets their bowl.
Yeah.
It's cold out. So when you have a nice hot bowl of fish soup, and you're eating in a really cold weather, trying to stay warm by the fire, cooking the kettle, that is nice. And then plus a beer
Yeah.
or brandy,
Oh,
whatever you're drinking, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow!
It's kind of like, and everybody loves it. The whole family is sitting out there. The kids are sitting close to it.
Yeah.
When they start to boil, they say, "Get away from the fire! Get away!
Bandi.
It's
about
gonna
ready to
burn!"
go, yeah.
Yeah.
And you can Google that and videotape the fish boils, and you just watch that, and it's just wow! It's just really amazing, you know. And
Yeah.
everybody's like, "Wow!" because it burns.
I will Google it. I will
Google
Google
it.
it.
Oh, it's really chili cookout.
We went to a chili cook-off in Baguio a few weeks ago.
Oh, yeah, you told me, yeah.
You've been in Baguio?
Yeah, he came here. He used to live there.
And I was just up there for 2 weeks.
Oh, here's nice breeze, huh?
Anybody need a beer? I gotta go.
I'll
Boy,
get
it
it.
was
Oh,
cold.
I need one. Tom.
Oh.
You need one, Mike?
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring the cooler down here.
Yeah. Especially this time. Yeah.
Oh my! Just you go to those chili cook-offs though, and the chili is so good. You don't know which one to actually say.
That
This
is
is the best.
that is hot. Too much hot.
No, it's not. It's well, maybe for you, but for us, no.
Oh.
We're used to that. My dad made chili, and it was so.
Oh my.
And he
you
put-
you love also eat. Yeah, you love also eating. That's hot.
Yeah. And oh my. You drink the beer, go around, talk to everybody. They give you a little bowl of chili for a test.
Wow.
You taste it. Oh,
Oh my.
heaven.
And then you go to the next place.
And then you go to the next place,
And they're all different.
Yeah, and it's always a beer. Gotta have a beer.
Oh my. Oh, that is enough. Quiet. So heavy.
Well, we
That's
can't run
heavy.
out. We can't run out.
We're not gonna drink it all, but it just saves us having to get up and get
Yeah.
another one.
All right.
Now,
Oh.
in my little town that I used to live in, it's called Bucyrus, Ohio, and it was all Germans, and they had bratwurst festivals, and that's just like a big long hot dog, but it's a sausage.
I love Germany.
And they put mustard with it, and you eat it, and it's hot. And
We
you
don't
get up-
have here.
Oh, no, I have it here,
That's
yeah.
very expensive here.
and you get the bread, a brochin.
I still have.
Oh my.
I still have one. Yeah, thank you. Oh.
You got one in your over
right.
there.
Oh yeah, why didn't I grab another one? I was gonna give it away. That
they
about
paid
Aaron
you?
Rodgers too. But I believe Kansas City's got a good coaching staff.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think Green Bay's it's too much owned by the city, so it does
Yeah.
become too political.
Yeah.
And then people don't know that. They say, well, it's owned by the city, so it's great. They can never leave Green Bay.
Yeah.
Well, that's true. It'll never happen. But it's still too political. They'll cut back and not want to pay somebody because they could use that money in the city for something and make more money. So it's like, well, that's not. And then if they make a mistake, all they do is they reach out to the shareholders and people. They wanted to build a new stadium. They just said we want donations, and the city of Green Bay and all the surroundings donated like $450 million to build a stadium. Free money to build a
That's-
stadium for Green Bay.
That's a lot of money.
I was like, that's 450. How much does the Packers give to the city every year? Maybe 22 million a year. So okay, 450 million. Divide that by 22.
Oh.
That's where are we making our profit?
Yeah, yeah.
Now,
Well-
and I own stock in Green Bay, but it's because somebody gave it to me as a gift.
Yeah. Oh,
And it sits in the back shelf, getting all dusty. Just a piece of paper.
the amount of money that's made by those football teams, though, it's just unbelievable. Kentucky doesn't have a team. They don't even have a baseball team as far as I know.
Well, Aaron Rodgers is making $55 million a year.
Well, look at this little guy, Mahomes. What'd he get? $500 million to sign. $500 million to sign to
And he
play.
can break his leg tomorrow.
And it's done. That's right. But just unbelievable.
Don't you hate it when you have group photos and you're the one that's got to take the picture?
Listen for supper.
The chicken we ate for how long? Was that your chicken?
Don't know.
You went back to native chicken?
No. My sister-in-law had them.
Oh, okay.
Now we left them there, but she had them. Now my chickens, I got to go let my chickens out. As a matter of fact, they're locked up in the back, so they won't be out here messing with us because.
Opposite side of the dam where, the water's on that side, we're on this side. And we were digging in the water, and we're picking all really big clams. We're pulling all these clams. Like, wow, this is crazy great. And I'm walking, and all of a sudden, my foot got stuck between some rocks, and I went like that, and my shoe came out. Well, the water's coming out of the dam, and it's making like a river effect. So the clams are really clean and everything. Oh, my shoe pops up, starts just going down the river, and it's going fast. I'm like, oh, I was like, wow, go my shoe. My wife, just not even thinking twice, just jumped off the road, went like 3 feet down into the water and just running through water that's up to her waist, just going like this. Not a care at all. Anything. The rocks and everything just running. And she caught my shoe.
Yep.
She saved my shoe.
Yep.
And I'll never forget, that's one of the most sweetest moments I've ever seen anybody do for me. Show their love for me. Well then, my son, Fernan, not biological son, but we went to the river and the same thing happened. This time my flip-flop came off my foot and went down the river. Now here's a distant relative, and like my flip-flop, and they're stepping, looking at my flip-flop, going like pointing at it, ha 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 ha, laughing as it went right by him. Really? And there's Fernan, he's up on the road, he's running down, he understands. I'm gonna go through the whole day without a shoe, because I got a size 11.5 foot. So and I'm like, okay, so he's running, just runs down off of this like big huge embankment with like boulders and everything, jumping from rock, jumps in the water and gas my shoe. This is my family that loves me. Steppin', on the other hand, I've never invited him back again. and it was like, what is wrong with this? Why didn't he grab my shoe? He just laughed and just let her go by. It was like no concern of his,
Baby,
I don't know.
are you out of
papers for us, and he didn't admit it, but then we finally found out he wasn't legal, and we had a year later the mayor of La Trinidad, a friend of mine knows him, and set it up. Well, we're supposed to be married on Thursday. Thursday, Friday night, well anyway, my friend calls me up and he says, Mike, you can't have the wedding. I says, what? He said there was a strike in Manila, I don't know, the jeepneys or tricycles or what, and so they declared Thursday and Friday holiday, so all the city offices are closed. And I said, I'll call you right back. And I hung up and I called a friend that was doing the pig. And I said, did you kill the pig yet? And he said, yeah, we just killed it. So I called my friend back. You gotta get oh, holy, thank you. And he said, I called my friend and says, we gotta get it going because they already killed the pig. He said, just a minute, I'll call you back. He calls the mayor at home and says, the mayor, will you open up? They already killed the pig. Okay. So he opened up City Hall. We had our wedding, and then
That is for the second time around.
but because the pig was already killed.
Well, my story is not much farther from that. My story is, Virgin and I went and got all the paperwork done to get married. Then you have 90 days. And within the 90 days, I'm in the hospital twice for an operation. So I can't get the I can't get it done. Then I'm here trying to recuperate because I won't say I can't hold my bowels, but there was a problem with that. That's where the operation was.
That's what corks are made for.
Well, yeah, that's what I said. So finally, we got the all clear from the doctor. Oh, you're healing up fine, just a little bit of scar tissue. So you'll be okay. Of course, the marriage license is only good for 90 days. We only got 10 days left. We can't find a judge or a mayor to marry us. And Virgie's got a friend who's a police officer who knows a judge, and the judge said, no, because of COVID, I don't want to do that. But the mayor of Darwin finally stepped up and said, yeah, we'll do it in my office. So with 10 days left, you and Helen show up and you...
So that it will not be expired.
Yes, so it won't be expired, yes.
That was actually really, I mean, his humor wasn't the greatest, but I mean, it was enjoyable.
Yes.
He actually made it enjoyable.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't like going to weddings. Most of the time, the weddings are so boring.
Better than funerals.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've been to a funeral one time. It was really funny, and because the guy that died was just one of those people. So he didn't want the funeral to be sad, and it turned out to be so funny and hilarious. And it was like, wow, and he just felt so good when you left. But no, most of the other funerals, I know what you're saying. I had to throw that one in there because that was really good.
Well, you remember the funeral. I don't know if you went to this one. We went to a funeral in outside of Darwin. Some little like surf shop kind of thing. And it was a friend of ours that died, and he was Irish. And they had his wake there, and he left enough money so that everybody got to have a drink on him. And then they took him out into the bay and threw his ashes out and came back, and his funeral was over. He bought you a drink.
That was it.
Yeah. I had a good time while I was here. You guys have a good time.
What happened there?
He just had a heart attack or something. Yeah. He lived in the same building I did in Dermageti, and just one day he just dropped dead. You never know what happens really, but he left enough money at this place so that if he died, they had a picture in his urn there, and so everybody had a drink on him. He was Irish, I think, and we all had a drink, and we had a meal and all that stuff. And if you want to get up and talk about him, you could, depending on how well you knew him. And then they took him out in a boat, put his ashes in the sea. What's it? Sula Sea? Is that what it's called? Sula? There's a name.
That is including in the last will and testament.
Yeah, and they've just put him in there, and then his son took over from there and sold his car and all that stuff. Yeah.
Our wedding, the funny thing, I mean, he was great, and they had flowers. I know he did this so fast. Maybe he had bought him before. Had flowers in there, and his wife and his secretary were there, and everybody was dressed up, and we had some friends. But he said, now, in the Philippines, marriage is forever. And I said, you mean there's no 90-day money-back guarantee?
It doesn't mean you're happy forever, but it's forever.
And he says, nope, it's forever. And I said, okay.
Permanent.
Yeah.
He was really, really nice.
Lifetime.
It's supposed to be.
Beautiful wedding.
It's supposed to be that way in everywhere besides the Philippines.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
But it doesn't work though. Sometimes.
it's life isn't. I mean, you go to the realness of life. Too many times it's better for a marriage to end.
Yeah. Sometimes you realize that you married a witch, or she married the devil. One of the two. Because I did that. Oh my.
I went to counseling when I was my first marriage. I'm sorry. I went to counseling my first time. My first marriage, I went to counseling. She didn't want to go. As soon as I went in there, the first words that came out of the counselor's mouth, get a divorce. That was it.
Yeah.
Get a divorce. End the session. I walked out. I was like, wow, because I was really devout Catholic. I can't get divorced. I can't get divorced. It was a terrible life. I was in such a depression. Can't get a divorce. When I got divorced, my whole life changed. I became a better people,
absolutely.
better person. and I was better to other people, with people around me. You know, and I just, and then it's like,
I think that there's always somebody somewhere made for you, and you just made the mistake, or like me, I made the mistake and picked the wrong person. Now, not to say that she's a bad person, but she was just the wrong person.
He's sure looking and smelling.
well, from a lot of the stuff that I've been doing in school and everything, especially now when we're talking about, children and child protection service agencies and stuff like that. We're talking about parents and all that kind of stuff. It is true. When you're with somebody, you're not gonna always be with that person. And a lot of people, they get married for different reasons. And if they get married because of love, a lot of the young people look at it as like, oh, they want to be. They're still stuck in that euphorism where they're living a life that I'm becoming an adult and I'm gaining my own independence and I'm becoming who I want to be, and they fall into that kind of magical time in their life and they fall in love with somebody and it's like, well, this is so great, and they keep thinking all this and they forget there's two people in a relationship. So what they thinking is they think everybody else is thinking the same thing. They think that when they walk around the street they're smiling and they think everybody else is happy just like they are. So they smile, everybody's gonna smile back. They fall into that false euphoria, and then that's what happens. And then reality hits them and they're like, oh,
Yeah. That is
life
what
isn't so different.
has
what I am asking here in the Philippines, so that one way to be considered. Just to set you free. If it's a hell,
Well, that,
it doesn't not work.
The
That's the only-
Philippines needs to change their laws
Yeah.
quickly. There's some crazy laws in the Philippines about marriage, and that should change, because you have these women who are married to a guy that's really abusive. They never get any money. They never get any freedom. They never.
And he's out girly bars every
Yes.
night and getting drunk and comes home and
Yeah,
rapes her.
and so there's nothing that she can physically do, because he's more like property, not a wife. And that's the farthest thing that you need from reality. You need a person who's halfway.
It has to be given.
Yes.
There are times when I want to say something and I say it won't do any good. Just leave it unsaid, or it will escalate the situation. So shut your mouth.
What I do is I tell Virgie, I said, we're in the Philippines. Because that's just the way they do it here. Okay, we're in the Philippines. Not that it makes it right, but they've done it so long that they don't know any different.
The Catholic Church has too much control of the government here, and
Well, they call it
getting
an
in
annulment.
discussing the different religions.
They're like, you can't get divorced, but we'll call it an annulment. Shh, it's an annulment because God won't know. He thinks and it's like they're trying to fool God. And it's like, really? Dude, what are you really trying to fool? You're saying annulment? But isn't that the same thing as a divorce? But now, who can afford an annulment when it's 250, 300,000 pesos? So the poor class are stuck into it. And so what happens? They start to marry another wife and another, and they just, what do they call it when you got too many wives?
Polygamy.
Polygamy.
Yeah.
And they call and worse sins occur. And it's like, oh my goodness, they
Well,
start
they
to marry.
usually don't marry again. They just live with this one over here for a while, and then he moves on to the next house. And
I had a friend of mine. He's 94 now. Married to a Filipino. He was married to her for, I don't know, 16 years or something like that. Just didn't work out, And so they separated. Well, he met another Filipino. And he had to go see his lawyer like every month and it would cost them like 100,000 pesos to go see the lawyer, and they'd always say, well, we're doing the paperwork, and they were actually doing nothing, you know, like
Put
you
money
said.
in their pocket.
They put money in their pocket. And finally, the court recognized the annulment or the divorce. I
That's
didn't know
one of
which
the
one it
things.
was.
You got to have a doctor say that you were incapable,
Yeah.
or something like that, and then they get 35,000 in their pocket. Free.
Well, now he's in. Oh, I probably 20 years. But now they're actually husband and wife. Kind of like Virgin I. It took me 8 years to get there.
Oh, 30 miles.
Yeah.
Well, how far
40,
is he
40, 45. 45 at the most.
from the? How far is he from the airport?
100 miles.
Ooh, that's a long distance, though. I mean,
I picked him up in St. Louis, which is like 200 miles.
yeah, because we were actually wanting to stay there and maybe spend a day or so. You know, you go and visit him. So
Well, if you're going to visit him, it would be a good thing for him to pick you up. You go by my house, pick up my car. They'll go to his house, spend a couple days, go to South Carolina, wherever you're going to go, and then come back. As a matter of fact, I will try to get a hold of my insurance company.
oh, I'll get insurance. That's no problem.
Well, but you can get it through my insurance company. They already know the car.
You got
I-
USSA?
No,
Or
but that's a good one. If you want to use that one, that's fine.
I got my properties USSA, USAA. I keep saying USSA.
Yeah, because I already sent you the identification card on the car. You already have it.
Okay, because I
Ellen's
thought
got it.
my wife. I thought you sent it to my wife, and I was
Yes.
asking her where it was.
Yeah, she
Okay,
has it.
fine, okay.
If she doesn't, I'll give it to you again. But then
Yeah,
you
send
pick
it
up my
again, 'cause
car
she couldn't find it.
and then go do whatever you got to do. And when your 4 months is over, you go back to Mike and you say, Mike, I'm done. You know, let him know ahead of time. And he'll take my car and take you back to the airport so you come back here.
Wow, dude, you're making it much more easier for me than.
Oh, no, I would do that for him. Like Andrew flew in and he said, I'm coming into St. Louis, and I wouldn't pick him up. I said, Andrew, come on. We're buds.
You take really good care of the car. And,
Oh, I'm sure you
we'll
would.
change
You know, the only
everything.
thing that I'm worried about is that when you're driving a car, you have your insurance.
I definitely have insurance.
So, you know, everything
Big
else is
believer in that. Yeah.
everything else is peachy.